if the girl him can wine, play that tune, yeah. Me want to see some action, action, action. Me want to see some action, action, action. Do the dance. You know fi fear, we just want bust a dance. Everybody feel your move on the 2 militant. To one by your face when you doing the dance. Rotate your waist, yeah, your crew do the dance. Move up your body, of course. Cause the dance have a buzz. 2 hands them by your face covered up. Rotate on the waist like a slug. Trust me, anybody can catch this. Wine like say you love it up, it up. Put your 2 hands by your face covered up. Put your 2 hands by your face covered up. Put your 2 hands by your face and relax, girl. Wind up your waist to the base and relax. No one no girl where you move all and a flap. If I that you the pan, girl, go round a back.
Damn, kind of messed that one up. There we go. What's up, people? What is going on? We are here, got the usual suspects in the house, and we are going to talk about Bel Air episodes 1, 2, and 3 of season 4. But first off, we're going to do what we do. Danny, tell the people where to find you, sir.
Find me on my channel, The Road to Wisdom, and the way that I see it. Whenever I upload videos, usually on Mondays and Fridays for one, and the other one just whenever it hits me to do so. Also, you can find me on the Hangout on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Also, you can find me sometime on OOC on Wednesdays, and you can find me on Storms Live, which is Sunday at 8 p.m.
Yes. And Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, I'm 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. We go live Monday, Thursdays, and Saturday nights. Going to be doing The Expanse tonight, watching that. And obviously, I'm with this man over here Saturday mornings doing the rewind. So that was a lot of fun, even though Danny trying to trigger me. But it's all right, man. It's okay. I know how to control myself, unlike some of these characters on this damn show.
It would not work.
Yeah, I know. Danny was like, oh, I'm going to trigger him. I was like, yeah, do it, And unfortunately, I was the one that got triggered because he is going, and these guys are going to trigger me again today on this stream right now. I can feel it right away. It's going to piss me off, but, whatever. I got to take the good with the bad with these clowns. So, with that being said, guys, we are here to talk about episodes 1, 2, and 3. Danny, what are your thoughts on the overall 3 episodes that we got?
These episodes is fire. One thing I really like about it, I think I said it earlier, is the editing. There's nothing wasted. All the storylines connect together. Like this season, like everybody stepped their game up because they know this is going to be the final season. I like all aspects of the acting. I like every aspect of it. I have nothing bad to say about what I've seen so far.
What up, Tony? What up, Poe? Thank you guys for popping in. Much appreciated. Brian, what are your thoughts on these 3 episodes?
The same thing I'll say about any episode that we have of Bel Air. It's very stressful. Like I'm super involved, right? I care about these characters. I think they do a good job of connecting, and you understand the plight that they're going through. So that makes you want to kind of understand why they're doing what they're doing, why they're feeling the way they're feeling. I have my favorites now, man. I really do. It's not who I thought it was at season 1. So that shows how it's changed from season 1 to season 4. I think they started off the season with a bang, and I'm really interested to see where they go.
Absolutely, 100%. Me personally, I think these 3 episodes were great. I really enjoyed them. I can't wait to see where they go with this season. And for me, like Danny said, I think everything in this show has pretty much been good. And I like what they're doing in it. The characters are great. And I'm with you. I got a few favorite characters in this show. So let's get into that real quick. Who are your favorite characters, Brian?
I'm with Carlton now, man. Will's a hothead, but Carlton's turned into this dude that's about whatever it is. I'm about business. I'm about whatever you need me to do, wherever you need me to be. You have my back. I'm gonna have yours. Now, of course, you all gonna have female problems. Carlton has some tough problems that I think most people have been through. Right? You trying to upgrade yourself to another person. And that old person is still kicking around, causing problems and still turning your head because she's crazy, but she's a freak. So you can't really get past it. But I'm telling you, I'm loving what Carlton's doing. And as much as I give you a hard time for Jeffrey, man, Jeffrey is awesome as hell. I
100%.
respect that man for real.
100%. What about you, Danny?
Um, I see what y'all saying about Carlton, but Jeffrey's always been my favorite. I like to see he's a little bit vulnerable now, but I think he's going to get his mojo. Vivian kind of got on my nerves, but she kind of growing on me this season. I still am a fan of the little girl Ashley.
Ashley, man, she is the worst character, and it's not close.
Yeah, she's getting on my nerves a little bit. But overall, man, Will and Carlton, they're doing a duo thing. Uncle Phil got swag past 10. So they get that whoever I can tell you who I hate the most, and she only been on screen like 3 minutes. That's this new girl. Whatever Jeffrey's sister, I can't stand her.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know her from Power, and she was you know what on there. So when I see her, I see Norma from Power. Yeah, she is not going to be very likable, but show is dynamite. If I gotta say it, Jeffrey, Carlton, and Will, my 3 favorite. I like Will Dad too. You growing on me,
Lou? You understanding Lou a little bit more, right?
Yep.
I think Marlon Wayans is doing a great job playing Lou. It's really good to see him do these serious roles, and I think he is a great serious actor. So I love seeing that. Yeah, my favorite characters, though, I'd have to say Carlton is definitely one of them. I really like the way they progressed Carlton, right? Because remember where he started out to where he is now. He's like a ride or die for Will, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm I also like Will's okay. Will's character is good, but Will is Will, right? You know what I mean? So Lou is great, and of course Jeffrey. Jeffrey is one of the best characters in the show. So let's get to our positives. What are your positives of these first 3 episodes? Go ahead, Danny.
One thing I could see, to me, it was glaring. I guess that the more famous Hillary gets in real life, less screen time she got, because she seemed like she has almost like 0 screen time. So I'm like, I know in her R&B career and other stuff, she's really getting a lot of steam. So I'm thinking that what kind of took her out the picture. I'm gonna get to my negative where I really didn't one scene I really didn't like. But overall, man, I really like how they did the backstory of how Phil and Jeffrey met. I thought it was really tight. And one of the scenes that I really liked was when he said, "Man, you saved my life. You don't know what I was going through." And then he said, "Sit down and tell me." And actually, you can see how they transition what they look like now. I definitely like you said, Carlton. Carlton has really stepped into his own. Some things that Carlton and both Will was a little irritating to me, but I can overlook it.
Can I ask you a question though? Do you think Carlton made a good decision telling the interviewer about his abuse, substance abuse? Do you think that was a bad decision or a good decision?
I don't know if I'd have told him that yet, but he seemed a little desperate because of guys like this. There's some things you just don't tell because skin tone, Princeton, perception, in some shape, form, or fashion. If when the rubber starts to meet the road, it can be held against you. Or did you know such and such and such? He gets a particular place, or he steps on somebody's toes, or does something that Princeton doesn't like, then they'll have that. And he kind of gave them the bullet to put into the gun to shoot himself. And I've always been a big proponent of not giving anybody bullets. You're gonna kill me, you're gonna kill me with your own bullets. You're not gonna kill me with bullets that I supply you. So I think it bite him in the long end. Maybe not now. It may get him in, but I think if he start stepping on the wrong toes, it could be something that could possibly be used against him.
Interesting. I'll say this. I get it. When he's told them, I was like, I don't know. But I think it's going to end up working out for Carlton, especially the way the recruiter was kind of telling him he wants someone with, more grit to his life and stuff like that. I don't think that's going to come back to bite him in the butt, but you never know. It could. I think the more tension is going to be around, these guys getting over what happened to Jeffrey and what's going on with Jeffrey's story. I think that's going to be the main part of it. But I don't know. What did you think about it, Brian?
I thought the first episode was a really good way to start off and understanding the anger or the PTSD that Will was going through. I enjoyed seeing Carlton understand that Will had his back through all the stuff that was going on, and then stepping up and having his back. Like, no matter what, it wasn't like, I'm gonna tell you what I think. Like, hey, I think that you probably shouldn't do this. Maybe we shouldn't do this. But then he was like, if we doing this together. We're going down together. They've become more brothers than any other character I've seen in any other show. Like that's down for whatever we do. We're doing it together. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight together. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go down together. That's
one thing I didn't like about that scene, though. Okay, Will put his hood on his head. Carlton, you should have put something on your head. That didn't make sense to me. Like, why? If he's gonna do that, then Will could have kept
the tie on. He had all the stuff exactly from Bel Air Academy. You couldn't see his face. You know exactly where it's from. Like,
so like that was. I don't know whether that was a plot. It had to help. It was a plot device, in my opinion. Because if they would have put the hoodie on, they couldn't have positively identified them. But with that, that's no brainer.
Yep, I agree.
Go ahead.
Do you? My problem with Viv, I understand her holding that stuff, and it's like your daughter. Like, if you know what Ashley is, you gotta be very sneaky about this. You can't be letting her be around you, checking out all this stuff, because Ashley's a problem. She's my least favorite character by far, and she's doing things that make sense for her character, right? Because a 14-year-old girl doesn't that's involved in all this mess, that's her own mess, doesn't know when to shut the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't understand what privacy is, and now that she doesn't have Hillary there to kind of, because Hillary was kind of that buffer. I've been through this, so I'm going to kind of help you out through all these things. Not having her there anymore, Ashley's going to kind of be lost. You can even see that in the next couple of episodes, with her allowing girls to say stuff about she didn't have anywhere to go to, and that I think that was obvious about how Ashley's going to have problems until Hillary gets back. I think, Carlton did tell me her story. It wasn't all his, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think was that worse off? I think that was worse off overall. He could have said himself, but it's easier to be sympathetic to someone who's doing it that doesn't have everything in the world as an oyster. Because if he said his own story, they realize he's a privileged kid that made stupid decisions.
Yep.
But before you go, I want to ask you, what do you think about White Cess?
Oh man. Oh, that was just. It reminded me of the All Lives Matter and all kinds of stuff. It was. I think it was well done, and I think the reaction to it was even better. I was like, yeah, thank you. Make them take that crap off, bro. I thought it was great. What about you?
I hated the fact that the school at first seemed like they were trying to get them to kind of join together. Like, why would I want to join together with Black Cess? Like, do you think that we're equal? And things have been the same for all of us? You think everyone looks at us the same? So the idea that the school first thought that bothered me to my core. And but I guess too, exactly what you said, All Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. That's not what we're talking about. So why are you bringing that stuff up? So, but I knew Carlton and Will were going to get in trouble. And my other last thing is, do you feel like Uncle Phil should have given Will those seats, courtside seats for the Lakers tickets after just getting arrested?
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what I mean? But I think they're trying to be a little bit sympathetic to Will because of what he went through, right? I know it was traumatizing for him, but yeah, I because it didn't seem like they really got any punishment for that, right?
Dude, what they suspended license or something like that?
Yeah.
A misdemeanor vandalism, and some random stuff. Like, there's nothing to it.
Absolutely at all. And even like, consequences with the parents. Like, you're like, no, listen, You guys think you're going to homecoming and all of this stuff. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm right there with you. I think that they didn't get enough consequences when it came to what happened and what they did. But at the same time, I kind of think they're like, well, Will got kidnapped and he's going through a lot and enough of that, so they're probably giving him a pass. But I'm right there with you. Should have been more consequences to that. Some of my favorite stuff in this show or these episodes were one, I loved when, Jeffrey didn't want to eat Thanksgiving dinner with them. And then him and Phil had that conversation. And he's like, listen, man, no matter what, you always deserve a seat at this table. And then gave him the plate of food. I think a lot of that was really good. Plus, to mention the stuff with Lou, where you could see that them going back and forth on this and that, and then it took, someone to speak to them to both actually end up having a civil conversation and kind of finding a common ground, saying, at least we can both, you know, raise Will differently, but at least he's getting raised properly. Doesn't mean your way is wrong, doesn't mean my way is wrong. So a lot of the character moments I really did enjoy with the stuff. um my question to you guys is, what do you think about the drama that they're causing with Jeffrey and his sister and all of that stuff? You think it's a little bit too much?
I don't think it's too much. I think it's just enough. But what really interests me was when Phil said, I got a plan. So we know he's going to get him out of that. And for all we know, the plan is already in place. I like that aspect. And I also like going back to what you just said earlier, when Carlton kind of had to pull his daddy coattail and say, hey, me and Will are better together. And then yeah, me and Jeffrey better together too. Because once Jeffrey right now, Jeffrey is kind of feeling sorry for himself. He's feeling sorry for himself because he put Will in danger. Lost his girlfriend and his son again. He pulled back into that life he didn't want to. So when he get his head back on straight and him and Phil both clicking at the same time, that's what I'm ready to see.
Yeah, 100%.
It's funny you're saying that. I feel like they're setting up this idea. The whole Thanksgiving idea was, so Jeffrey's part of this gang, but it's also kind of his previous family, right? That's his family that he's setting up. And I think they're also trying to remind us, even with the whole conversation with Viv, is that Jeffrey, you are part of this family. I think that's what's going to come down to, and that he's going to say, I can lose this, this side, and I don't have to be there to protect you guys because I have one family. I have another family already that actually cares for me and actually going to do things for me. Not because just I can do things for them, because they actually care for me. I think they're going to show that in the next couple of episodes, and then that way the last 3 will be more about how they get out of the situation.
Interesting.
Because that sister, she greedy. They're gonna offer her the full thing. Hey, you got this, and this, and she's gonna take it because she already a little jealous. She already kind of said it. The daddy gave her everything. He's a more or less. I don't think he was her biological brother. He like Jeffrey kind of like was a stray, so she already feels some kind of way about that. So they're gonna make her an offer she can't refuse, I believe, and give her the whole key to the kingdom.
I think they're going to do a little bit more than that. I think they're actually going to.
They're going to kill her? You think they're going to kill her?
No, they're not. They're not. Jeffrey's not a killer. Let's just put it down. Jeffrey has killed somebody, but he killed one person, but Jeffrey is not a killer. I'm going to say this straight up, and I asked Brian the same question I asked you. You think with the way they're portraying all these characters, where they're staying absolutely true to these characters, that they're going to make Jeffrey a stone cold killer? I don't believe that. Yes. I don't believe that. No, I don't believe that.
No, but Jeffrey does things for his people. He does whatever it takes, whatever that line they can't cross, he does it for them, and they take care of him on the other end too. And there's a connection with that way. And I honestly think what you're saying is interesting because Jeffrey is that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Phil has to be the one to take her down. Phil has to pull the trigger.
Nah, they're not doing
that. Something that would be messed up, but that'll also show that everything you did for me, I'll do for you.
Now we know he strangled that one guy. We know he got one body. Other ones I'll give you, but there ain't no doubt in my mind that gang member that was coming for Phil, Jeffrey killed him or had
He's
it
6
killed.
feet under.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I think Jeffrey did something. I believe he did
I don't
something.
buy that. I don't buy that. Again, I know about the choking. They said that, and when they said that, I was like, "Fuck," right? I was like, damn it. But then again, I'm like, wait a minute. He did it because he needed to get his family out. He needed to get out of that situation. So I get why he did that. But just to say that he's gonna go around and killing people because they're a little bit of a threat, nah. I believe he does what he does. Says, listen, if you don't go, you're dead. I believe he uses that kind of muscle. And I think most of them do. I really don't think that he's a straight up murderer killer like that.
Well, see, you're saying it
don't see them doing
weird, Anzo. You're saying it like weird to saying that he's just going around Thanosing people. Like, yo, I'm killing people without a conscience. He kills people because he has to, because they cross the line that he has no problem doing what he has to do. But it's not like he does this on a regular basis. It's not something he wants to do. But if they have to cross that line, he is about that. He has no problem having that past and doing what he has to do. It's not like he wants to do it, though. That's not who. I don't think he's a killer in the idea that he is a person who goes around. The only thing I have is these two hands and this gun. No, I think that he's a protector. Jeffrey's a protector to the.
I wonder how he got that.
That bank. He will.
How you got that bank to give Phil that loan?
He didn't give Phil the loan.
Huh?
He didn't give Phil the loan. I'm saying,
how did he get that bank to give Phil the loan?
Yeah, he didn't give Phil the loan. He talked to.
He did.
That's what he just said. He said, "How did he get the bank?
How did he get the bank?"
Give Phil the loan.
Because Phil said he went to every bank, and he couldn't get it. Then he went to the bar. He said, "How did I get that loan? What did you say? What did you do?" You put a gun in somebody's face. That's what he did.
He probably did that. That doesn't mean he killed them, though, right? That I'll say he could do 100%. That's what the muscle does. Those are the type of things they do. But to sit there and say that, oh well, anytime someone is a threat, he's gonna just murk them like that. I just don't buy that.
I don't think that we're saying that. But if it came to a point where it's either him, his family, or them, Jeffrey's going to take them out, and he's not going to blink about it. He's not worried about it. He ain't going to bitch about it later. He's just going to do what it has to be done because it has to be done. It's me or you.
But you don't know there's other ways to take out people without killing them, though, right? You know that.
Yeah, and he's done those things too. We've seen the bullies from Will.
That's what he does.
He's done things. He's done things. He might what's that movie? Taking them, put them in the basement with some electrical and electrocute until they admit what they're going to do, and then leave them there. Yeah.
Let me ask you, Zonzo. So he don't physically pull the trigger, but he tells somebody to pull the trigger. So he's still a good guy.
Depends. Again, they haven't really went that route yet either. But I mean, if he did do that, that still don't make him a killer. I'm not saying he's not a good guy or a good guy. I'm talking about being a killer, right? He's an accomplice to murder if he did that, but he's not an actual murderer.
So we've seen him murder one person, right? We've seen him murder one person. We know he's gangster enough to do whatever it takes. No, we could be an accomplice to whatever it is. Yes, you do know he's gangster.
We heard about murdering somebody. We never seen him kill anybody.
The other ones I go with Nzo. But that one that was threatening to come over there from Philly to kill Will, I believe if he didn't kill him, he had something to do with it. I believe that to my core.
Him disappearing, 100%. He has something to do with it.
It disappeared because you got new foundation in that building. Concrete. He's dead.
Him disappearing has something to do with it 100%. But I don't think he killed him. That's just me. The way they're doing this show and the way they're portraying the characters, they're trying to keep them to at least semi-positive lights, because you had Phil, right, who had the chance to cheat, he didn't. You had Vivian, who had the chance to cheat, she didn't. You had the both of them who had the chance to have a threesome, and they didn't do that. But now all of a sudden, I'm just considering, well, they didn't do those things, but yeah, he's a murderer. I don't.
Yeah, but they had some. But somebody had a chance to do drugs, and he did it. Somebody had a chance to vandalize a car, and they did it.
Yeah, but it's not murder, though. Those things I could see doing. Right?
You said murder either. What you talking about?
She ain't murder either. Ain't murder.
But they're all one being the sin is a sin is a sin. You know, I'm just saying they're not afraid to throw sins out there and say that, you know, but doesn't mean you can't come back. For all I've sinned to come short of the glory. I'm just all I'm saying, man.
you can't come back if you're a murderer, bro. I'm sorry. You can't come back if you're
talking about. There's 10, 20 stories of people that murdered people that came back.
There might be a few,
but the murderer that was on the cross next to Jesus. We're talking about.
But where was he? On the cross,
I forgot it. Right? But he was being punished, and he repented. And he went to heaven. So I'm just saying, Jeffrey got his thing, man. Don't worry about it. You good?
God, stop it! You guys are ridiculous. But okay, yeah. So again, I'm still gonna stick with that. And like I said earlier, we're gonna get a scene where it's like, oh no, I never really, you know, like we need Jeffrey saying that he only killed one person. There you go. Yes, I've only done this one time in my life.
I do not want to see that scene.
He gonna say, all these fingers on my hand, this is all I've done to kill these people. And hey, Phil, hold on 2 more fingers. And then you be like, oh man, that's you know, it ain't that bad.
Not happening. Not happening, guys. But yeah, anything positive? Like, so let's go with some characters, right? What do you think about them bringing back Carlton's ex-girlfriend and she going to the school and stuff like that? Do you think those two are going to end up together?
I hope not. I'm not a fan of hers, but it is what it is.
Where did she get the money to go to Bel Air Academy?
She said that there was some kind of grant or something.
They giving grants to all drug addicts? You know what I'm saying?
She explained it because he has that thing, but she explained it in the video. I can't remember. It's some kind of grant or some kind of like a second chance program or something like that. That's how she got there because she explained it when she first got there.
Does that make sense though, Dave? Because you know what I'm saying, like Bel Air Academy, like
plot device.
They're like, hey, you, the one who's been in rehab 15 times. This one's going to work. Let me bring you to my school. I thought that was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. It was interesting that they did that. I think, again, like Danny said, plot device to cause the tension between him and the girl that he's talking to. You know, I think they want to give Carlton a happy ending, so I could see Carlton ending up with her.
I mean, she will give him a happy ending.
Oh, 100%. And Lisa gave Will one too and got caught, right?
100%.
So Danny already mentioned it earlier. What do you think about Jeffrey's sister? Do you think that she's like ruthless, or you just think that, you know, she's a character you guys not feeling? Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, I think honestly, Jeffrey's sister, that she doesn't like him, or there was something. I agree. I don't think they're really brothers and sister.
She said they were.
No, they're not. They're not.
So like, she's like maybe like they like him more, and now that she's in control of the situation, she's taking it for everything that it is. She's bleeding it out for every part of it. It is because she's taking it out for her dislike of him out on everybody else. And it's one of those when you know those type of people that you're dealing with, they're just jealous, and then eventually they get their opportunity and they just try to hurt you just because they want to dig it in just because. That's what she is. And I really hope if there's anyone that I hope dies, I hope she's the one that dies.
She mad because the daddy gave him the keys to the kingdom. She pretty much said it. And I guess now she kind of holding over his head because I guess in that organization,
he can't leave
unless you die, whatever. But I think I could be. I don't think they're gonna kill her. I think they're gonna make her offer she can't refuse, and she gonna go away into the good night.
You don't think they're gonna set her up to take a fall for something big?
I more or less think they're gonna set her up. Yeah,
like something huge. Like they're gonna give her all this power to do a lot of stuff, and then they're gonna set her up to take all the big fall for everybody. Mm-hmm. Like they say, you're not a big boss, and then the FBI's coming in because you know Phil got connections.
100%. I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna do that more than anything, which is set her up. Because I don't like Phil's not gonna do the money laundering. That's just not gonna happen, right? Mm-hmm. You know what? They're not gonna do that. So they're gonna
in the hood. You know, it's gonna hurt hurt his black people. He's gonna hurt everything he fought for the last. He put his entire everything on. Yeah, he's not gonna do it. He's gonna figure out a way to bring the FBI as part of it for like something for being a queen pin, and they're gonna end up getting her for that.
100%. I agree with you. I can't see them actually, doing this thing where they kill her or anything like that. That seems like the more part to do. But I do think that Phil's plan is not going to work at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's just going to be easy, oh, we're going to do this. I think, and it's not going to work. And then they're going to have a little bit of tension with her and stuff like that. But in the end of the day, I think they're going to find a way to set her up and send her ass to jail.
Yeah, but they set her up. She's going to still have an opportunity to come back. It's going to be a permanent solution. There ain't all loose ends got to be tied up. It's either going to be death or they're going to give her an offer she can't refuse. Because I don't think he's going to risk.
You're right.
20 years, she coming back for revenge or something. So whatever they're going to do, it's going to be permanent.
Because from my understanding, she's still not the boss. So what if they involve the top of the food chain, make it seem like she's the problem, and then pay off the top of the food chain?
Because look like the original Jeffrey, like he may be the boss.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so you give him the money, pay him off, and he said, all right. And he said, this is enough for me to let you guys go, but don't tell nobody about this. And she takes the fall for whatever this is.
See, I don't think.
Go ahead.
But do they start cleaning? They start cleaning the money yet? Because that's going to be just too good to do. When they start cleaning that money, then they're not going to let that business go slip through their fingers. So either they ain't started yet, or I'm curious to see what I'm curious to see what Phil's going to do, because he got something planned. When he told Vivian, I'm interested to see, because I think they're going to do it all screen. Him and Jeffrey. I guarantee by episode 5 or 6, they're gonna be going this way, but we ain't gonna see what the left hand doing, and that's when the okie doke gonna happen.
I could see that. I'm definitely with you. I think that they're gonna do something. But my question is, well, first off, Tony said Amira is cute and thick. You're right, Tony, 100%. I don't know what these guys are talking about.
So because of the dancing, that's
I ain't saying she is a gremlin. I'm just saying I prefer real girlfriend from last season. All I'm saying.
I got you.
Amira is a problem, and we talked about this off the stream about, man, those crazy girls. Yeah, it might be real good, but you're gonna have some problems. You're gonna have years of things tied up into these crazy girls. You gotta get away from them. You can't go back to that past.
They need to give Carlton a more stable love interest.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're doing, though. I think they're gonna make her more stable, right?
Not that cheerleader. I didn't like her.
Mm-mm. I agree. I think it has to be someone else that's going to come from somewhere else, and that's going to help Carlton find his bearings. And I don't think any of the women that we've seen so far are going to be that person.
No, I think they brought her back because they're trying to redeem her, right? That's the only thing I could think about, is that they're probably trying to redeem her.
Could be.
And her and Carlton will probably end up together, right? They give Carlton a love interest, because I know if you see the trailer, they do show a part in the trailer. At first, I thought it was Lisa he was kissing, and I was like, "Oh, that's going to be interesting." But then I realized it's her, so they are definitely going to get back together.
But that's the part of him slipping, returning into that part, and then him saying, "I have to get out of this." I don't think that you go back to that past. I think he's going to realize, he's going to take a toe in and realize, I can't do this, because it's going to cause other problems for me. And once an addict, always an addict, right? It's hard to put another addict with one addict with another, because they can't depend on each other, because if one falls, the whole house falls, and that's not stability. That's why she can't be the one. And I think he's going to try to be friends with her. He's going to say, I really would like to be with you, but I cannot, because you and I have problems and we can't solve each other's problems. And that's where I think there's going to be a problem. You can't do that. That's not how addicts work. They tell you in AA, they tell you all this stuff. You can't be with another addict. Don't have an emotional relationship with them.
I'm gonna tell you how they're gonna get rid of Jeff. It just not hit me.
Go ahead.
Ain't Lisa Daddy the chief, or didn't he make the mayor?
What's
Did he
that?
win?
Isn't Lisa Daddy the chief of police, or did he? Because
Did
him
become
and
mayor?
Phil was run against each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I guarantee you, Phil gonna go back to him and say, "Look, man, I dropped out this race.
You
Gave
got to
you
do
a
this.
clear victory. So this is what I need." Blah 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 blah, and that's how they're gonna set old girl up. I believe something along those lines is gonna happen.
Interesting. Now I guess, but I hear what you are saying, but this is Bel Air, and I think they want to have happy endings for all the characters. So they're not just going to be like, "Oh no, I brought her in here just for him to leave her." That don't make no sense. They brought her in there for Carlton and her to get back together. That's what it is. They may not end like in a relationship or anything like that, but you're going to see that they're going to be working on getting back together, right?
They might,
Because
but I don't want to see that. I said
I
they
don't
might.
think they do it.
I don't want to. I'm not saying they won't do it. I'm saying I don't. I hope they don't. I think Carlton deserves somebody else.
And not everyone had a happy ending. Not, I mean, did we just people? Someone's died, right? You know, on the football field, he didn't have a happy ending. How about that? Like, you know, Jackie ain't over there having a happy ending. I'm saying like
Hillary's going to end up with a happy ending.
The main characters have a happy ending doesn't mean that Amara doesn't have to be part of that happy ending. You know, him having a happy ending doesn't mean she has to be the part. I promise you, she's not.
Yeah, she's going to be a part of it. I'm telling you.
Okay, we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this conversation and talk about it.
100%. Because again, like I said, I don't really think that you bring her back just to have Carlton leave her or not want to be with her. You already see in the trailer that they kissing and stuff like that. So and Carlton
Jackie last week.
And Carlton now is in a place to where he's not the same Carlton from seasons ago, right? You can see that. So I don't know. I just think they are. That's my opinion. But we're definitely gonna get back to this. We'll find out. Go ahead, Danny.
Are we at the negatives yet?
We can go to the negatives now. Yes.
I did not like the way that Hillary did Jazz. I did not like that at all. That made me not like her a little less. I'm like, really, man, the man trying to be decent. He ain't asking you. The way she went on, I know she hurt. I know she mad. I know she feeling guilty because they did their thing the night before. But you can't blame him because he didn't hold he didn't hold no gun to your head to make it. But I didn't really like that. I don't like the way that sometimes Will just does stuff not without thinking. He just does stuff and you can't tell him nothing. Like it was a bad idea to go to that car, follow that car, and do that stuff he did. Okay, you're gonna get out and like you all mad and the Hulk and stuff and bust up the window. That was really stupid and dumb, I think. And Carlton was trying to tell him, and I know he got PTSD, and I know he's feeling some kind of way, but that was really, really stupid. And I just didn't really care for that particular. Why that to me that was unnecessary. And the way that they got Carlton, like he was so into this cheerleader, and the second she come back, and then on the dance floor, he can't take his eyes off her, and it's kind of crazy stuff. Come on, Carlton. I mean, I think they did him a disservice by making him like acting like she was nectar and he had honey right there in front of him, but he won't this. So I didn't like those particular scenes, but it was just kind of nitpicky.
You see, and it's funny that you brought that up because that kind of goes to my point where it seems like Carlton has this thing for her, like that he can't let go. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel that's where they're going. Any other negatives though?
Trying to think. Yeah, Ashley, she just get on my nerves. She doesn't play the defiant brat very well. I like her more when she was nice. This attitude brat, bringing alcohol to the party and fight and all kind of stuff that just don't seem to me. It seemed like it's forced instead of something that seemed like a natural progression. When the other ones doing their little rebellious stuff, it seemed natural, but to hers, it seems like they're putting more on her plate for as an actress than what's really called for. That's the vibe that I get from her. She's my least favorite character on the show.
Interesting. And you, Brian? Any negatives?
Yeah, I still don't like the white cess. I hated that scene, that thing that really bothered me to the core. And I said, like, the school trying to get them to kind of come together and stuff. I'm not with that.
That touch, that was real life. That was a throwback to what's going on in real life. When you saw that white cess and then that little speech he said, I love my race just as much as yours. Like, that sounds like today, boy.
It is very much so. And you try to equate things like they're equal when you don't realize all the negativity that goes within, even the things that you see when you look at me. You know, you don't even think of that. I'm just saying I like my race. Like I say, you like your race. No, that's not what it is. I've been oppressed, and then I'm trying to push off these chains, and you still steady trying to put them back on. That bothers me. I definitely agree with Danny was talking about Ashley and how annoying she is right now, and like for someone who had their own secrets to be blabbering,
how she called her mama out. I did not like that.
Like, who the hell do you think you are?
My mom would have given me a 2-piece, boy.
Exactly. You should have snatched up real quick. You know, who do you think? What do you think this is? You know, I feel like that just gave me a bad taste in my mouth overall. And you know what? The whole thing with a drug addict with Carlton, that bothers me because there's always something that you're addicted to. You replaced one drug with another, and you place that next one with another. And I feel like that's what's going on right now. And he can't shake that next drug. And this is why I disagree with you, Nzo, because I believe she's the drug that he has to get rid of. That's the thing that I think they're going to see. And it might be actually that Carlton is okay with being alone and okay with just being Carlton by himself and going into the new chapter by himself, figuring out himself. So that might be, maybe there is no love interest. Maybe it's just, I'm okay with me being me. But I just don't like the idea that, putting another drug in front of an addict. So
the way it looked like Lisa and Willie gonna be together because like he's gonna be focused on basketball. And she said she's going to Howard.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's important that they are free to go be in college, try their own thing. And if it works out, works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think Will and Lisa are going to end up together either. They didn't end up together in the show, so I don't really see that happening. So they're going to go off on their separate ways and do what they need to do. Yeah. They may end up trying to be like, oh, we'll still have this relationship, or that may be one of those breakups at the end.
It'll be something like The Wood. You know how they was childhood friends and then years passed, and then they came back to the wedding or whatever, and then boom.
Yeah, I could see something like that happening. Absolutely. Some of my negatives. So for one, I didn't like the fact that we fucking found out that Jeffrey choked out a dude and killed him. You know, that should piss me off. That should piss me off.
Boy, when it happened, I was like, yes.
I definitely found an excuse for why he did it, but I'm still sticking to my guns that he didn't really kill anybody else after that. So
Get up! Don't die.
I did not like the way Hillary treated Jazz 100%. You were acting like you weren't sitting there with him all night. You know what I mean? And again, that isn't even the reason why the man died. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't had nothing to do with that. Not like he went out driving because he was mad. No, he had a heart problem. And he had a heart problem from earlier in the season, in last season, right? So that's not the reason. So the way she went off on Jazz, I thought that was kind of dumb. Didn't like that.
I didn't either.
And the fact that she left and I don't know how many episodes she's absolutely going to be in. You know what I mean? But I feel like she's probably just going to be maybe in the last 3, the last 2 or something like that, just to come in there and tell Jazz, oh, she's sorry. And she was able to, go away to Cuba and realize her life and everything better. And because, she's going to come back like that different like that. So that's
You can't go to Costa Rica and have live your best life, and then try to come back to me. I hope Jazz hits it with the 2 fingers.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Jazz is going to do that either, right? I don't think they're going to end up together, but they're going to reconcile. You know what I mean?
Cool. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah. There's just going to be that. So there's that too. Ashley doesn't really bother me as much as she does to you guys. I get it where you're coming from, where she's kind of annoying, which she is, but I also get that, because Carlton, when Will came, he was upset because he felt like he was living in Will's shadow and the father was getting together. So now you have Ashley, who feels like she's living in both of her kids' shadows. So she's kind of doing things to do her own thing. I get that 100%. But I also think they're probably going to ease off on the spoiledness. I think that's why they had that little conversation with the mom. So I think they're going to ease off on the spoiledness and kind of bring her back to normal in the last couple of episodes, right? Because at the end of the day, the show's probably going to end with, again, a happy ending, right? We're not going to say like, oh, everybody's going to kumbaya and be together in this relation, that, but it's going to end in a happy way. You know what I mean? It's going to end. They'll probably end with her having the baby.
Yeah,
right?
Having Nikki. Yeah.
I got this site right here that tells you a little summary. Y'all want to hear the summary of each episode?
Sure.
Yeah.
The next one is called Brother's Keeper. And it says, Will returns to his dream of playing college basketball to help secure admittance. Phil must make a tough business decision. The fifth one is Gorilla Glue and Duct Tape. Phil prepares Will and Carlton for the life outside the gates of Bel Air. Viv attempts to keep a grasp on her compounding responsibilities. Episode 6 is called The Crown is Waiting. Will and Carlton have epiphanies regarding their futures. Phil takes strong measures to protect his family. Episode 7, they don't reveal the name of it, but it's called The Senior Lock-In Test, Will and Carlton's Romantic Relationships. The Banks family rallies to support Viv. And the last episode don't have a name, and it says, as senior year comes to an end, everyone in the Banks family faces big changes, ones that bring new places and unexpected reunions.
Interesting. Yeah, because it seems to me like they may kind of, I don't know, maybe they end up moving out of Bel Air like they did in the show, right? I don't know. I could see that, but you don't want to follow everything they do in the original one. You know what I mean? So
I know I'm the worst tech YouTuber, but man, I think this show here is better than the original.
Brian?
No, I think this has some too much drama to be better than the original, but I think it's good. But James Avery is so good of an actor. I don't think I can ever say.
I think he is too.
James Avery. He is more of a father figure than anyone I've seen. Period. There's nothing I can say.
So you think he's better father figure than Heath?
Yes.
Huxtable?
Heathcliff? James Avery is different. It's hard saying, but Bill Cosby is dude. I know what you in his real life, but in that he's that dude.
Yeah,
So
and Carl Winslow?
Yeah, more than Carl. I think it's better than Carl. He's better than Carl. Yeah, I'll take.
I don't know if he's better than Heath.
Yeah, Heathcliff is hard. That's you're going to tippy top of all the dad chains. Like I don't know, black, white, green, purple. I don't know if he was better than Heathcliff Huxtable.
You know what's funny though, right? Have you guys ever rewatched the pilot episode? Phil was 100% different in that episode. You know that, right? He was more like a British accent, regal type. And then when they brought it back, when it got renewed, that's when they got the Phil that we got throughout the series, right? But if you go back and watch that first episode, Phil is a totally different character. Totally different. Yeah, the original.
No, so the first episode, he was very much holding that the whole idea of what Bel Air is, the idea of I'm going to be a snooty type of person, but yeah, that's what he was. He didn't know Will. Will was coming from the outside. That's how Carlton was, and they grew. They all were
talking about Bel Air. Talking about the Fresh Prince.
He's talking about Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince. Sorry,
talking about Fresh Prince. He's talking about James Avery.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is even the way he speaks in the first episode
I need to
is
go back and watch that.
totally different.
I
He
just
has
saw
the
it.
yeah, he has like I kind of say like the regal British, like I'm Phil, blah blah blah, and this and that. And then when you see the second episode, he's the more ghetto, but
I got you.
sophisticated.
Sometimes they'll do that, and I'll give you a prime example. I know you probably don't. You ever watch Andy Griffith Show?
100%.
I've watched it. Yeah, I watched it.
Okay. At first, Barney was supposed to be the straight man, and Andy supposed to be silly. But then when they played, it's like, that ain't working. So when they flip it around, it's perfect. Andy's the straight man, and Barney's the fool. So sometimes they do stuff and like, let's try like this. And sometimes when they try and flip it, it's better. So that might have been something they did. I don't know.
Watching the pilot episode, Dan, I want to know what you think from that too, because I didn't hear it seem as British or anything like that, because that's what Jeffrey was. I thought him more of a little snooty, but I don't think that's what it was. But I could be seeing it differently than you guys. So
I can't remember. I'm gonna definitely check that out though. That's very interesting.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Any other negatives, guys?
I did not like the way they revealed Vivian's pregnancy too.
100%.
Because I would have been mad if I was him. I would have been mad about the pregnancy, but man, you know this for weeks, and then I found out in front of the whole family by my youngest daughter.
Yeah, but I'll be mad with her because sometimes you gotta trust your wife.
That's what I'm saying. I'd have been mad at Vivian. But I'm saying we'd have been hot for a while. I'd have been on the couch for about a week.
I would have been mad, if you because you're trying to decide what to do. I mean, she's 45 years old, 46 years old.
I get that.
That's a lot to figure out.
If you said been a few days, okay, I get you. But she said weeks.
If she was 8 weeks pregnant, maybe I'm upset. If she's 2, what's that difference between 2 weeks and not being pregnant? Nothing. Then
I'm like, what's she doing in the woman drawer anyhow?
Dude, that's a problem.
No, she found it in the garbage, right?
I thought she said a drawer. You saying that
she was going through her mom's stuff and found it in the drawer.
Yeah. Oh, did she find it in the drawer? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she said she found it in the garbage, but I could be wrong. But yeah, you're right. Why are you going through people's stuff for? You know what I mean? Like,
because that's what 14-year-old girls do with their mom's stuff.
Boy, she'd have been Thanos. She'd have been snapped out of existence, buddy.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, there's not really much in this series that I don't like. I think they're doing a really good job of the way they're portraying the characters. I know Nick Jones was on here saying the show is trash and the guy that plays Will is trash, and I think everybody is doing a great job.
Somebody tonight said that.
Nick Jones, remember when he was talking that crap on the stream the other day?
Yeah, he crazy.
Yeah. So
at first I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I like the more dramatic version. This right here. I don't know who wrote this or who directed it, but I think they're doing an excellent job.
Is it better than the original? To me, it's different. You know what I mean? It's hard to compare different because
this right here is Predator 1 and Predator 2.
See, I think it's not fair. I think this is not fair to compare. The original Bel Air, every one of those people besides Will were professional actors. Like years of experience, 10, 15 years of experience. Some of them were in plays and on Broadway, and these people were trained actors. So like the growth was going to naturally come because they already had a great foundation. Alfonso Ribeiro, like he was Little Michael, like, you know what I'm saying? These people had huge amounts of success already. You know, a lot of these people right now are newer. These are first time, so it's just different. It's harder to compare their chops to the first season, first Bella, Fresh Prince chops. One's sitcomish and one is dramatic. It's just hard to compare.
I hear what you're saying,
but they both do the job, and I appreciate. It's also hard because we got a lot more episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and we only got a few episodes of this, so it's hard.
I hear your response, but I'm gonna push back. That's like a more athletic team playing a more fundamentally sound team. That's what it is. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had more fundamentally sound actors. This team got more athletic actors, but they're still playing basketball. So it's whether or not you like the more fundamentally sound basketball or football team or the one that's more explosive. Me, I like the more explosive.
James
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying that I think Bel-Air has more athletes than fundamentally sound players, is what I'm saying. And yeah, fundamentally sound players is fantastic. I'm just using this, not trying to throw in any shade. Spurs were fundamentally sound.
Give me Tim Duncan all day. Give me Tim Duncan all day.
That's right. Better say that. But yeah, no, to me, I find it hard to compare because one's like a slapstick comedy and the other one is like a drama, right? Every episode in Fresh Prince was different. This is like, every episode's connected story-wise and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different, but
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If we saw this first, if we saw the Fresh Prince, you think we'd be doing shows about the Fresh Prince like we're doing about this? If this came out first?
Yeah, yes. Fresh Prince.
Or would we be calling it? I don't know.
Because, and even the dramatic episodes, see, when you're a comedy, a sitcom type of thing, situation comedy type of show, and you have those dramatic moments, they sit with you in your heart forever. The scenes that happen in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air will sit with you always. When I tell you Will is in the hospital bed and Carlton he feels the gun on Carlton and he's saying, "Give me the gun." You can imagine, because it's a comedy thing. There's things, there's stakes that kind of is, you grew up with them, and it's different because you had 34 shows a season. So like we had a lot more to do with it. When we talk about the Lou and why don't he want me, that's something that sits with you, for a long time because it's just different. We had more time with these characters.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I not disagree with that point, but let me show you through another different prism. Okay, we see this first right here. This comes out first. Then we see Carlton acting like some kind of crazy, doing all that kind of crazy stuff, acting crazy. And we see Jeffrey going from the power he is now to more or less whatever Jeffrey was on the original. I don't think this one had the popularity without. I think there would have been more negativity seen about if the comedic version came out second versus the first. I could be wrong by this thing. We'd be like, man, why they got Carlton doing all that crazy stuff, acting like analyzing a white man, that kind of stuff. There'll be some people saying that. And why we got Jeffrey, who was a mob boss, cool, dressed and debonair, and he's serving somebody. I just think comments like that would have been made. I don't know whether or not the Fresh Prince would have been as popular had it come out second versus this.
I don't think that if this came out without the Fresh Prince, that anyone would have gave it the time of day.
I don't know.
This show, you don't think so?
Nope. And honestly, the streaming numbers of Bel-Air overall aren't great.
You know why? Because everybody is hanging on to the past.
I mean, that's my point, though.
They're not giving them.
It's easier to see into to intake some of the stuff from Bel-Air, but you still got the dramatic things.
I think because it's on Peacock. If it was on Netflix, streaming numbers would be higher.
Higher. Yes, you're right. Higher. I don't think it will be the most syndicated show of all time. Like when we're talking about the most syndicated show of all time, then in comparing it to,
so Bel-Air could never be in syndication because you have to have 100 episodes for that to happen. They're not even getting close to 100 episodes.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I don't think you can't compare one of the most popular shows to ever happen to something that doesn't have the chance to. When you compare it, we're comparing it because we're watching it, but there's a lot of people that won't watch it, so you don't have the eyeballs on it. You can go anywhere. You go anywhere in the world, and Will Smith is known because of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It doesn't matter if it's the rap, the opening from West Philadelphia, born and raised. You know, it's the dance things. There's so many things that it became part of the culture itself, not just Black culture, but all culture. This pop got zeitgeist of culture. So like, it's this wouldn't have the opportunity to do those things.
I disagree. I think it
Couldn't
would
be
because we
owned
have
up.
shows like Power and all of those shows. Those shows are doing very well. So I
Do you
think
think
if it
Power
came up
is as big as Bel Air, as Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
probably not because I don't
Not
catch
even
that
close.
much. But what I'm saying is that you put, and I'm gonna go with, you put Will Smith in the serious role like that. Bel Air comes out. I think it still does well. I think it's always a lot of the things to me too is a lot of these actors are unknown. You know what I mean too? Like the guy that's playing Will, you didn't really see him ever before. You know what I
The most,
mean? A lot
the
of
most,
Carlton's a singer, Lisa's a singer, so
the most
Coco's a
season
singer.
one is the guy that plays Phil.
Yes. Viv's pretty seasoned too.
I ain't never seen her in nothing though that I can remember.
She's
I
been in a few
She's in
things.
a lot of black.
I can remember seeing the guy that played Phil in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's been in some stuff too as well. 100%. I don't deny that. But like that's what's again too, right? You have but then again, James Avery got known for
James Avery was
um
on Broadway.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So even though James Avery got known for Bel Air, he was still known in the industry for being great and doing Broadway and stuff like that, right? A lot of the
Alfonso.
actors in this series, we have no idea who they are. So I think that's
I
a
said
big
before.
difference as well. That's a big difference as well. That's a big difference. All right, so let's do this. Let's give our grades for these 3 episodes, and what do you guys think you're gonna see in the next 2? Go ahead, Danny, you first.
I can't give it an A+ because of negative. I definitely will give it an A. I think we're gonna see more Fields playing, developing. I think we're gonna see Jeffrey get his mojo back. We're gonna see, of course, more of the antics. I hope that this doesn't kill Black Sass because a scene keeps sticking in my mind about how the third member of Black Sass and his dad were looking at them when they got arrested and stuff. So I think we're probably gonna see a little time skip where they successfully completed the stuff the judge put for me because as we know, Jeffrey had something to do with that because Phil said this guy usually hammers kids sooner they get a break. So Jeffrey had something to do with that. So I think we're gonna see Phil's plan kind of come to fruition and start putting things in place. And I'm not sure how they're gonna do it, but I think we're gonna start seeing a little bit more of that.
I'm glad you brought that up.
We're gonna see Vivian go through her morning sickness and that kind of stuff with the baby and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of may get a call occasionally from Hillary. I don't think we're gonna see Hillary part to the 7th or 8th episode.
I was gonna say 6. Yeah, I was gonna say 6. Yeah, I agree with you.
I think her personal life is kind of taking her out of this, and this is the last season, so she's like, well, I ain't really got whatever. I hope we see a little bit more Jazz. I like Jazz. Jazz is one of the I like that cat. I never seen him play nothing, but I just like his vibe and swag. So I hope we see a little bit more of him.
Interesting.
I definitely give it an A.
All right. I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to say that too. One of my negatives is that after Will and Carlton did what they did, there was no consequences for them whatsoever.
Yes,
None. You know what I mean? Even though they got away in jail, Phil and Viv never punished them or anything like that.
Yeah,
you know
gave
what
him
I
tickets
mean?
to the game, bro.
Yeah, like there was no punishment for that. You muted him, Danny. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the problem that I have. So that's one of my negatives. Go ahead, Brian. Grades and predictions.
All right, so episode 1, I gave it an A. I thought it was solid.
Judge had a community service, and he took away their driving privileges for the summer.
Yep. Suspended their license, driving privileges, and community service. That's exactly what you have.
Yeah, but
It's a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, and Vivian and them didn't do nothing. They would have been punished. Their asses should have
I
been locked
guess
up.
you're a problem with that because when you see on the other side of the fence, it happens. So hey.
You can't raise my black child like you raised the white.
No, I'm not saying. I think they hold standards to them, but in this particular case, how many times have we seen the other side of the fence get the same thing that no happen? So I'm not saying every time. Don't put your, but sometimes you ain't gonna put your foot on the neck to feel that stress. My grandmother had to put her foot on her foot on my neck. I just looked and I could feel it like the force. So
yeah. But did they give you tickets to the floor seats to the Lakers?
I think that's the only reason I think he did that was because of Lou. Other than that, I don't think it never would have happened. But there are some exceptions to the rule. I think that was the only exception when that would happen. Lou leaving, and I know you're feeling bad. I know you're feeling this, and that. That's why I think he did it. In any other circumstance, I don't think that would have happened.
So listen, even though I have gotten off by jail, I know I would have been like, Your Honor, can you put me in jail for a couple of days? Because I do not want to go back home with this man. You know what I mean? I do not want to go back home with this man because I know whatever consequences are coming to me are going to be a lot worse than what would have happened right now. It was just weird.
And one thing ain't making sense to me. We ain't get a phone call from the mama. She ain't fly over there. None of that stuff. In all other seasons, if they drop a hat, she flying or she calling and she jumping all in their butt. Now you can't hear nothing. So how she get so tame all of a sudden?
She'll be there episode 4.
They could at least see her on the phone going off on Viv or Phil. We ain't seen none of that. Or going off on Will. So to me, that was a little strange. Why we ain't even get a phone call or nothing?
Well, she called Lou, right? And sent Lou over there to handle the situation. I think because, Lou's been in jail, he's probably more equipped to handle a situation like that with Will than she was.
I ain't talking about that part. I'm talking about her son got kidnapped.
That's true.
And we ain't seen nothing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true for real.
Nothing. She ain't come over there. She ain't called. She ain't cussed him out. And she's still letting Will stay over there after they kidnapped my son. No, he's been back. He's been back in Philly with me.
No, I feel you. 100%.
I mean, he almost died in Philly. He did. They almost killed him.
Kidnapped though.
Well, yeah, but almost dead.
Yeah.
And he didn't technically get kidnapped. Jeffrey saved him before they took him, right? So he technically didn't.
Did he? Or was he gone for a while?
It doesn't seem like he was gone for a while. He was gone for like hours.
Yeah, Jeffrey found them, right? But when Jeffrey got them, they were still in like a parking lot in a van, right? Yeah, so I don't think he was gone for that long.
But he took him off the street. But didn't Jeffrey get him back from like an underground parking lot or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
what. So I mean, it may be maybe an hour. Maybe he's scared for his life, but it wasn't that long.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like he was gone for weeks and stuff like that, But you still as a parent, you still want you'd be like, hey, what the fuck's going on? You know what I mean? I gotta figure out what's going on here. So, but yeah, that's it. My grades for the episodes, I'm gonna give each one an A because I really enjoyed them. I thought it was great. I think they can do a lot more in the other episodes. Can't wait to see what they do. But
C plus.
Can I get some grades, bro? Can I get some?
Oh grades? Shit! You didn't get the grades? My bad. Go ahead.
Episode 1, I give you an A. Episode 2, I give you an A minus. Episode 3, I give you a B plus. I think 1 was better. Episode 1, I feel like was the best of all of it. But it's easy to be
there. Grow to the Phantom Zone.
Oh no, not B plus. It's like, no, not B plus. Like what? How dare you?
Phantom Zone.
Like there's things that are issues that we've discussed, issues that we've had. There are more issues in 2 and 3 than there were in 1. 1 overall was a solid introduction to a season and did a great job. 2, we had things that annoyed the hell out of us. Yeah, I had things that I didn't like in 2. The things I didn't think that they should have done, they did. It's A minus. 3, it just wasn't as polished of an episode as the other two. But it's because the other two were starting off the season. You can't have everything just going straight up, or it won't make sense, in the way of a show. So that's why I have no problem giving it a B+. But at the end of the season, I'm still giving all of it an A. It averages out to A minus. This is good. But
I thought 3 was really strong because
I hate
the dynamic between Phil and Lou, the game they were playing. How Carlton had to kind of tell his dad, "Hey, look, man, me and Will, we better together." And then he kind of like the son telling the father. That really grabbed me out.
I definitely didn't like the judge scene. I didn't understand you getting the community. I didn't like the way they handled that. I didn't like that part. So but I just still didn't like the way that they handled it. So if I'm gonna give it a B+, it's a B+. It's not like it's terrible.
I know what you're saying.
But I do think it came off with a bang, and I really enjoyed that first episode. And I really did not like Ashley in episode 2. So that's it.
I'm waiting for Monday. I'm see all both of them.
I should have kept on talking till Nzo comes back.
Yeah.
But no, I look at it, and I think it's going to be a really good thing. And what's going to happen, I still do believe that Carlton is going to have this whole kind of realization that he needs to have a clean break, and that maybe that you need to go to a different school. Maybe going to UCLA is a better place for him overall, because he's a new person. He's not the same person he used to be. Will is going to have the opportunity to do this basketball thing and have to choose. Maybe he makes a choice that school is way more important to him, and then he needs to go somewhere. Maybe go home. Maybe Lou and Will's mom get back together. I can see those type of things happening. So you never know.
You never know. I don't think they'll get back together, but I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, like you said, you never know. I think Will probably gonna get the scholarship to pay the school, but I don't think he's gonna make the pros or anything like that. They might put Jazz and Hillary together. They might. I don't know.
She don't deserve it.
They might, but do you think Carlton's gonna get into Princeton?
I think he chooses not to go.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go somewhere else, get a clean break.
I think he's gonna go somewhere else too.
But that's why I think he's going to not have Amara, because I think that he's going to have. I need something different for me because I'm different. I think
he might go
to Costa Rica with his sister.
Yeah, I think he might leave Princeton to go to the same school Amara's going to. I think that might happen, but I definitely don't think he's going to go to Princeton. I definitely don't think he's going to go to Princeton.
Well, he might go to Costa Rica with Hillary. I mean,
he might do that too. Do that too. It's going to be interesting, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Because it seemed like they're getting all of them out of the house, except for Ashley going to keep saying you're going to be a fantastic big sister. Yeah. So they're kind of foreshadowing we going.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, you're right. I think it's going to end with the adults leaving the house. I 100% believe that. You know what I mean? Maybe even Phil and Vivian moving away to get a change, right? Because all of the kids are out of the nest and it's just her.
No, but they got a new kid.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean, her and Ashley, right? So, I mean, they go moving.
That house too big
for all of them. Yeah.
It's 4 of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think they might do something like that. I could see that happening.
Sorry, Tony. Nobody wants to see a Lou spinoff. I don't.
I don't know. I wouldn't. Well, it depends on where they go with it, right? But I mean, Marlon Wayans is doing good in the show. He doesn't really need a spinoff.
No.
But it would be interesting. I mean, I don't know if
the Wayans brothers, they don't seem to have that magic without Keenan, because I was watching Papa's House. I thought it was funny, but man, they canceled that sucker like a bad check.
I didn't think Papa's House was funny.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
my Wife and Kids was good.
Yeah,
My Wife and Kids was all right.
That lasted a long time. It lasted a long time.
I never watched that.
Me neither. I didn't really watch that too much either. So
I think Damon's son tried to be too funny, but he was funny on the show to me. Papa's House.
Damon's son. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him.
The son or the daddy?
The son.
Oh man, the daddy. I can watch. Man, I can watch Major Payne every day. I believe. God, that show is funny. That's just
Wayne's just funny, just randomly, just regularly, just who he is funny.
Yeah, 100%. But guys, we have reached the end of the show. Danny, tell the people where they can find you one last time, sir.
All right, you can find me on my channel, The Road to Wisdom, and the way that I see it. One, I do upload videos. The other one, I upload shorts. Please check me out on Mondays and Fridays on the Road to Wisdom, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesdays, I'm on the Hangout with a group of individuals, and for Sunday, tomorrow, I'll be on Storms Live at 8 o'clock, probably talking about NFL, which totally stinks right about now. And of course, sometime on the OOC sometime, and I'll be on here with these guys for the next 2 weeks, breaking down Bel Air.
Wait, you're talking NFL on Storm's channel?
Sometime. Not the whole time, but about the first 5-10 minutes. We talk about how the Buffalo Bills suck. The Ravens are sucking now.
Philadelphia sucks.
My first 4 picks, all losers. I ain't never picked 4 games like that. So
I'll keep it up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, right now I'm hating the NFL big time.
Don't pick against Chicago, man. You should have known better.
Yeah.
Seinfeld, stand up. Let's go.
Yeah, I did know better, and I still did. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
At 1:30, the Spoiler Kings will be live in about an hour and a half doing the Expanse experience. You know, we watching into season 2, going to season 3, doing the Expanse. We're there Mondays and Thursdays. Then on Saturday mornings, I'm here with Nzo doing the rewind, having a lot of fun with that. And then, I do my football thing, but I keep that separate, so don't worry about it.
Absolutely. I'm Bigger for it Entertainment. You know the stuff we do, Chaos Central, all of that stuff. Make sure to check out everybody on the panel. Thank you, everybody in the chat that came in and chilled with us today. It was a great show. We will see you on the next one. Peace, love, and hair grease.